was reflecting today in the morning about the ego and this process of enlightenment or the road of realization. The ego or the ego has, to my understanding, two sides. The passive side of it and the active side of it. The passive side of it is what we resonate with, victimhood. And the active side of it is what we resonate as well as the aggressor. The other side of victim. But both are playing one unity, and the whole of it is the ego. For when we came to this duality, everything in this duality is consisting of the one thing and the complete other side of it, other side of the coin, which is the non-existent of that thing. So if we are speaking about happiness, the other side of happiness is what we consider as sadness. But it's not completely true. The other side, or what is coming in addition to happiness to make it a whole, to make it one idiom, one whole subject, theme, idiom, is non-happiness. So happiness and non-happiness are consisting of a one whole. And in the non-happiness exists the world of sadness. Because not only sadness is not happiness or not being happy. There are also other emotions and feelings that are resonating or taking part of this universe of non-happiness. And that's how the universe, our universe, comes to be, through all of this wholeness that are coming and intertwining into each other and coming into each other. Because if we continue that and going with sadness, then the other side of sadness is non-sadness, and that consists of many things, one of them being happiness. But there are also other things, other feelings, emotions, other micro worlds in it. When we come to this reality, we came from source long time ago, before time existed. There was a split in consciousness. And the split in consciousness that came out of the question, who am I? A reflection of myself. Source was creating another side of itself to understand itself, to reflect on itself. And that created a whole that comes out of a split. You can imagine a dot. And that dot created a split in itself that created a circle around it. And that's the universe of that dot, that source. And everything in life is that dot. A source is that dot, and everything around it is the universe. I am that dot, and everything around it is a universe. You are a dot, and everything around it is a universe. For I can perceive myself, source can perceive itself, you can perceive itself, and we are all, much like happiness is consistent of non-happiness, and the other side of it is intertwined with sadness, with anger, with so many things. That's also my universe. It's me, and then so many other things that belongs to that universe, like you, like the dog outside, like the sofa here. So when this split was created, you can imagine what is happening actually in experience is going out of the source and creating that cycle and going through that cycle and coming back to source. That's actually what is happening in our reality. There was the question of who am I? There was the split. The ego left and started a journey of understanding who it is, what it is, and slowly, as myself or even as humanity, we come back to a full circle of understanding who we are. And in that understanding, the ego, which was splitted from source and started going on that journey, but always was connected to that source. You can really imagine a point, and then you start drawing from that point a circle that becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and looks in the end much like a vortex. So on that journey, on that linear journey, after the split, the ego was full of itself, was also necessary to survive in this duality. The ego on that journey, the ego is starting to reduce itself. Through understanding itself, it makes space. It starts to reduce itself and allows space for soul or source to come back in to that physical creation. And throughout the history of humanity, we did it in so many ways. One of this is religion, where the ego is starting to reduce itself and allow the Holy Spirit in, whatever you want to call it. And coming to realization, coming to the point where the I am is realized. That's the first step into enlightenment. And staying in that physical body, not leaving this duality, means that in my body, the ego is making space for the soul to come in, and that starts another process of allowing more and more of the soul to enter the physical body, to reside alongside with the ego. It's not like one thing is replacing the other. It's throughout my journey, the ego has reduced itself, has made space for something else, for the soul. Reflecting on all of this morning, sitting in a meditation and allowing soul more in, inviting in that meditation soul into the body again and again, coming to that procedure and saying, inviting the soul to come in, feeling how there's more space for that to happen. And the journey continues.